What's going on? You back, Motor City Sports Talk in the building. Appreciate everybody for checking back in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Won't miss another video. And just doing a little bit of water cooler talk real quick about the Detroit Lions. And I believe the defense should be the backbone of the team this year. The defense should be the strong suit. Obviously, another year in the system. You got numerous starters coming back. You got numerous players that have been with the team coming back. You got Walker, who's going to, play more of a starter role this year, should if he win the position. You got Quadre. I expect Darius Slay to be there. You got all three linebackers back, Jones, Kennard, Davis. You got, hopefully, I think Snacks will be able to come back. You got Flowers, who are familiar with the system. You got Hand, another year in the system. Pretty much you returning everybody except for Glover Quinn, who snaps was pretty much evaporated throughout the season. And another year in the system. You add Trey Flowers. Obviously, he knows the system. Jelani Tavai, Will Harris, you adding him as well. So, pretty much this draft was more about depth for the team. So it's more familiarity. Do I like the linebackers? I believe the linebackers, when Darius Slay get back, I believe the linebackers are the absolute worst unit on the team on the defensive side. It may be the worst unit on the team other than probably the offensive line. I'm not sure. Okay, depends on what Jelani Tavai does. Depends on the development of Jared Davis. I don't love Christian Jones. I don't love Devin Kennard like that as a linebacker. I like him more as a rush guy. But there's a lot of versatility there. All three guys can play all three spots. All of them can play the mic. So Jelani Tavai is going to really, and the development of Davis should really elevate that linebacker core. But when your defensive line is the stack as the Lions is with Robinson, Hand, Flowers, Snacks, and so on and so on, and I think they will add more depth there as well too. Throughout the season, you got to. When your defensive line is looking like Flowers, Snacks, Hand, and etc., right? You should, your linebackers be able to roam free. You know what I'm saying? They shouldn't be able to touch sideline to sideline. They should be able to plug gaps and stuff of that nature. The secondary, obviously we loved it last year going into the season. I think I love it more last year going into the season. That thing I've seen a lot, even though it fell apart. Shed didn't make the team, eventually came back. Never lost and still won the second cornerback job over Teez Tabor. And then Mike Ford took that over. Slay played well last year for the most part, had some hiccups, dealt with some injuries. Obviously Quadre Diggs is a shining star. He's a developing leader. And now you replace Glover Quinn with Tracy Walker for the majority of the snaps. I like the secondary. All of familiar. Only guy they got to implement is Coleman. And I'm hearing Agnew is looking good playing a nickel. So you could have a situation where Coleman is the second corner, Slay come back, he the first corner, and maybe Agnew attacks the nickel. I'm thinking more of, if Quadre, when you put the pass on, it's different. If Quadre going to be more of a dime return guy, gadget guy on the offense side, I think it's going to look more of Slay, Michael Ford on the outside, unless Teez Tabor really improves. People like Rashad Melvin, but it may be a system fit. I just like Mike Ford upside. Rashad Melvin has been through this league. Mike Ford didn't have a training camp, didn't have a lot of practices out of Southern Missouri State or something like that, and he excelled last year, man. Big physical corner. I think you may have a potential star there. Michael Ford, you found him undrafted. He fit the system. Big physical corner. Good physical corner, good size. With Coleman on the inside, Ford stepped up last year, covered number ones, covered number twos. And I think you might see a situation with, the secondary improving. Everybody familiar with the system, except for the rookies. You brought Tavon Wilson back. It's a lot of familiarity on the defensive side of the ball. It should be the staple. And if the Lions are able to develop a running game, the defense should be able to get a lot of 3-and-outs, get a lot of rest. But if it's a fifth, we'll all be drunk. And the defense can have all the potential. The defense could be the Warren Sapp, Barry Brooks, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They could be the Ray Lewis and Chris McAllister, Baltimore Ravens. They can be the 85 Bears. But if your offense is going 3 and out, and they ain't not able to put drives together and consistently pick up first downs, that affects the defense. We seen it a couple years ago. We had the top 3 defense the last year. So we seen that the offense couldn't mount nothing and affected the defense. They played lights out throughout the year, but the offense was, the Achilles heel of the team. So the offense got to be able to run the ball and move the chains. The Lions have never been able in the Stafford era to consistently, in any era since the turn of the century, since 2000, been able to consistently go up the field, pick up first downs, and put the ball in the end zone. That's been our biggest mystery, right along with running the ball. And the defense always comes together faster in training camp. And for us that play high school, college ball, stuff of that nature, even Pop Warner, Pal, we know that. The offense takes longer to develop, and then you put a new system in. Now, the system ain't complicated. I'll give you a little offense talk. It ain't complicated. It's run the fucking ball, power run, a little bit of finesse run in there, play action, go down the field for big plays. It's that simple. You know what I'm saying? It's ball control offense, with a mixture of big plays. Stafford got the big arm. He got the receivers that can get vertical. You got the Jones and Galladay. They can get vertical. We'll make Galladay and Jones special. Especially Galladay. He's a bigger body receiver, a little bit bigger than Jones. He can work the underneath routes. Jones can work the underneath routes. You know what I'm saying? They can work the post. They can work the post and the nines and the post corner routes, the double moves, the stuff of that. But they also can work the end routes. They can work the slant. They can work the drags, the whips, the shallow crossing routes, the deep crossing routes. They can run a route tree underneath, and that gives you some deception to let a slot receiver like Powell leak down the field. Jermaine Kearse brings you more vertical ability too. And also with T.J. Hockenson, who dropped the pass today, they tried to make it a big thing in the media. Shit happened. All right, he'd get better. The speed of the game is early. He got millions. He'd get focused and honed in. Seemed like a good kid. I'm not harping on that. He'd be able to control the middle field, but it's going to take time. It's going to take time for them to figure out the offensive line and get comfortable with Darrell Bell. But the defense ain't no excuses. The defense should be top 10 easily, and I'm being nice. I really should say that defense, should be in the top 7, to be honest. But the offense kind of scaring me right now, because it's just the offensive line is moving pieces. Hockenson, Jesse James got to get integrated. Kerryon, C.J. Anderson, and then Galladay and Jones are still rehabbing. Jermaine Kearse, he got to really teach what Darrell Bevell's system and culture is about. So it's gonna be a mending process right there. How Jim Bob Cooter used to do it, how Scott Linehan used to do it, how Joe Lombardi used to do it, and Darrell Bevell gonna have his own way. So the defense should be star studded. They should hit the ground rolling. Another year in the system. Matt Patricia, he laid the blueprint on how to beat the Los Angeles Rams. I didn't say St. Louis. Feel like a winner. So I believe that they should be able to get together. In my opinion, the defense should be elite, top 10 elite at least. And if the offense come around, it should be top 7, top 5 elite. And if that's the case, if they can stop the run and they can defend the pass, and Mike Patricia is a defensive genius. I seen it last year from week to week. I appreciate it. I said the defense was getting better and better. And when they got snacks, it became really good, even without their some of their premier DBs performing well. So a lot of things. The only things I question about the defense is obviously first you got to be healthy, and really the linebacker core, Jared Davis in particular, his development, and Jelani Tavani can come in and give them something, and be a better Mike linebacker than Davis. Well, I'm all for it, but it's going to take time. And I'm very, very high on this defense going into this year. But we know expectations get shot down like that. If the offense don't carry their load, the defense look worse than they did. If the defense don't carry their load, the offense can look, pretty pedestrian as well too. But we'll wait and see. Let me know who you guys think is going to be the strong suit of this team. And also got to give shout out to special teams, Jamal Agnew, Sam Martin, and Matt Prater. They do their thing as well. They've been the consistent side of the thing. for a couple years now. But it's Motor City Sports Talk. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or video request. Share the videos one time for the one time. We gone.